Why do people hate money so much? Probably because they get stuff in the gun. Listen, money's not a bad thing, right? Why do people hate rich people so much? Why do people not talk about money? What's so wrong with money? We hear so many negative things about money. But here's the thing, money gets us, it helps us live. It helps us feed our families. Why don't you really think about it? What did you learn about money when you grew up? Did you even talk about it? Did your parents even talk about it? Yeah, they told you not to talk to strangers, the people that have most of your money. This is why we grow up in a society where so many people are going by, just making it happen. Not even making it happen, just getting by. You've got kids going to bed hungry because money's not important. You know, people like rationing their whole week shopping, limited to what they can do, how they can live. Why won't we talk about how to earn money at school? Really think about it. School, its purpose is to set us up for our, like when we get older, right? But what happens with the educational system? There's so much going on that's not right. And it kind of pisses me off. I didn't have a wealthy upbringing, but I knew there was one point in my life where money caused me so much pain at 8 years old. I'm there sitting down, right? My neighbor's friend pulls up in a Porsche 928, ugly thing now. It's a horrible thing. Back then, I grew up in the 1700s, right? There weren't no Porsches about. And I remember this car. My dad sees that same dude at an event at the same evening. And my dad said, you came over to pick our neighbor up, Julian, right? You came around to pick him up. Because yeah, because my son really likes your car. He goes, right, tell your son I'll be around tomorrow Sunday. I'll take him out for a spin. My dad comes home and tells me that he's going to take her. Anyway, long story short, I waited Sunday the whole day. The guy did not turn up. I was 8 years old. I was crying, bawling my eyes out because it was the lack of money that was causing me this pain. I associated pain right there with not having money. I made myself a promise at 8 years old that when I get older, I'm going to buy myself a Porsche and I'm never going to feel this pain again. Because you know, when you're a kid and you have that emotional impact, it hit me hard. I thought, you know, I never want to face this pain again. It set me up on a journey where I wanted to find out why some people have money, while some people don't. I was taught if you want to earn lots of money, you have to work hard. You've got to grind. You've got to make sacrifices and it's not easy. You've got to be smart. You've got to go to university. And I didn't do none of this. I wasn't smart. I wasn't an intellectual kid. I could barely spell now. I made a decision. We used to have the newspapers, tabloids, right? And I remember we used to get a copy of The Sun. Page 3 was my best page. But apart from the page 3, sometimes I'd see like a rags to riches story. The Sunday Times rich list would come out and I'd just get fascinated by people, like wealthy people. I'd read rags to riches stories and I'm like, so someone can go from being broke, homeless, living on the street to becoming a millionaire or multimillionaire. I thought there is something out there. There's some sort of force. I knew that there was some sort of a force at work. So I wanted to know what this was. I got so curious about things. I looked around at people, you know, some people would work hard. Some parents would be really wealthy. The kids would have nice stuff, nice trainers and all that kind of stuff. And people whose parents were just about getting by, they would have like cheap Gola trainers and Knicks and they'd get the piss taken out of them. I remember like school dinners. We used to have school dinners. You'd have paid dinners and you'd have people that got free dinners, right? It's a bit up the way they used to do it. Free dinners come in first, right? School, can you imagine that? So you labeling them kids, you're putting the like a big spotlight on these kids that they're getting free dinners. You know, kids can be cruel sometimes. When you'd have an argument with somebody, at least they ain't got free dinners. And I'm like, you know what? That's below the belt, right? I want to educate people, especially if you're a parent or you're planning on having kids, that your beliefs that you have about money, everything that you've heard, you learned about money is probably not true. 90% of it's probably not true. Wealthy people are evil. They must have trodden somebody. They must have ripped somebody off to get there. They're always out for themselves. Rich people are scum. Money goes to money. All that kind of stuff. Listen, we can never become something that we resent. If we resent wealthy people, we can never become wealthy ourselves. I want you to really think about that. If you can't be happy for someone else's success, you'll never be successful yourself. If money isn't really important, why do people ask for a raise at work? Have you ever seen someone asking for a pay rise, complaining about how much money they're earning? They're not earning enough money. So, okay, why are you complaining? Accept it. I hear this all the time. I'm not earning enough money. They're even giving us a pay rise. It's so tight. Okay, so why do you want a pay rise if you're so tight? I want you to identify some of the beliefs about money that you have. Get a pen and paper. Write down 10 things that are negative that you were taught about money, or you heard about money growing up. We can have negative ideas about money unconsciously. But on the surface level, we say, you know, I really believe money's good. It's good to have money. I'm okay with money. Got a healthy relationship with money. But what's going on behind the scenes, unconsciously, behind the scenes where you're not even aware? There's something going on, a hidden, like a code that's controlling you and your attraction of money. How much time have you spent to actually create wealth? We work towards retirement age. And when that comes, even if you're a business owner, people get to a retirement age, guess what? They have to make cutbacks. They downsize their house. They can't afford the bills. Imagine how many people there are out there, elderly people especially, right? They can't afford to like heat their house. It's so bad for them. They're on a limited income because they were taught negative about money. They weren't educated enough about money. There was no importance around money. Do you want to get to that age where you're not able to like live the life that you want? You've got grandchildren by then, maybe even some great grandchildren. You want to buy them stuff at Christmas, but you know that you've only got a certain amount that comes in every week, your state pension or whatever that is. You've only got that money coming in. There's no more. I would encourage everybody to get into a business. I would encourage everybody to start to find a way to earn more money. I'll give you a great thing about my daughter. I've got 2 kids, right? My daughter's just turned 12 and she's, daddy, I want a phone. I want a phone. I want a phone. I didn't get her a phone, right? For many years. I didn't encourage it either. I says, Danny, listen, darling, you want to get a phone, right? Let's find you a way where you can actually start to produce your own economy so that you can actually start earning your own money. She goes, all right, daddy, what can I do? I said, sell stuff. She goes, how? I said, eBay. She goes, eBay. Okay, how did you do that? Can you help me set the account? I go, no, I ain't helping you set it up. You set it up yourself. There's a place called Vinted, right? You sell your clothes and toys and stuff on there. She goes, daddy, can you help me set up my eBay? I said, I ain't got a clue. You know me, I ain't smart with tech. Go figure it out. She went, I gave her my tablet and she figured it out. She set up an account. Next thing, she starts to sell stuff. And I'm like, this kid starts to earning money. And my son does the same. My son says, daddy, I want a phone too. I said, listen, I'll do you both a deal. I'll give you 30 days. You earn £200 off your own back. Sell some of your own toys, clothes that you've got that you don't use. Sell it. Put it up on there. Sell it. Guess what? They start selling stuff and I'm so proud of them. I start educating. Hey, listen, if you want these things in life, you've got to find a way to get the money. You got to get yourself some of this, right? I have to do that again, right? I love that. She went all out. She went like a beast, putting stuff out. My son was moaning a bit, but he still managed to sell loads. Anyway, my son changed his plan. He goes, daddy, you know what? I've got no use for a phone. I'm like, dude, you're 13 coming on 14. You don't want a phone? Man, you're a dude. He wants to be a YouTuber. He sees that you can earn money from YouTube. Now, my son goes to a private school. They both do. You know, most parents will say, don't distract him with YouTube. It's not wise. They should be focused on your education. I was telling my son, dude, listen, go school, give it your best. But if your passion is YouTube, go blow it up. I said, I will support you every step of the way. I love you and I want you to be happy. I don't want to force him to do something they're not happy with. He's passionate. At 13 years old, daddy, I want to be a YouTuber. Now he's blowing up his YouTube. He got himself a little editor. With this extra money, he goes, daddy, I need an editor. I can get my guy Dan here to edit his films. I go, listen, no. You get yourself an editor. You go earn some money. So anyway, he earns some money, gets himself an editor on like Fiverr, right? And he starts to see his like views go up on his YouTube channel. He's doing the edits and all that stuff, right? Working with this. My son's 13 years old. He's communicating with this guy about YouTube. So I'm going to go do that. He said, I don't need a phone anymore. I just want to get myself a monitor. Got him a monitor. Importance is that I got my kids self-sufficient in earning money. Right. So from now on, they'll be producing their own income. I teach my kids to love money. Yes, I do. When I first made my 9K day, my very first £9,000 day I came home with, signed up my first 3 clients in 24 hours. My daughter, she was about 4 years old then. My son was like 5 or 6. My mum and dad were sitting on the settee. My wife was there. And I pulled this wedge of money out, like £50 notes, £20 notes, a big bundle. My daughter could barely speak. Right? She said, man, you shower. I said, right, Danny, Naden, sit down. I've got the pile of money, literally, stacks of money. Can you imagine 9,000 in UK pounds? Start to chuck it up in the air. And I got them to do it. I said, chuck it up in the air, chuck it up in the air. Let's have a money shower.
Here comes the money.
So we start having money showers. We're like, money shower. And we'd sit there for like 2 hours just chucking money up all over them. And they'd like laugh and giggle and stuff. And it was crazy. My mum and dad looking at me, what the hell are you doing, you dick? What are you teaching these kids? I'm teaching my kids about money because I wanted to teach them that money's good. You know, get accustomed to money, get used to the money. Smell the money. It smells good, right? Most people say money's dirty, money's filthy. That person's filthy rich. What a negative term. You're talking about someone who's rich as He's got filthy money. Money's not filthy. It's your perception about money that's filthy. Now you put your perception on money that's filthy, and guess what? This finger here, it will run from you. It will never come into your life in abundance. If you talk about people being filthy rich, take that terminology out, okay? Because guess what? Filthy rich. You associate filth with money. Guess what? Money can listen. Money's like your partner. If you talk to your partner's going to off. All right? I'm telling you that now. So I start teaching my kids about money, the importance of money, getting used to money. They start smelling it. And they understood, hey, listen, this is good, right? This is like sweets. It's good. It's good for you. I said, money's good for you. It allows you to buy things. I'd never, ever talk, even when I was in like £65,000 worth of debt. Even when I was broke. Even when I had the bailiffs come around my house to collect some right? I did not tell my kids that I ain't got no money. Never spoke about negative terms about money, that I don't have money, we're poor, we're broke. They wanted something, I'd find a way to get it. Going back to my daughter's situation with her phone, she does it. She makes it happen. She was $50 short. Well, $20 short in the end, I think it was. So I said, you know what, darling, get your phone, because that phone is a tool for you to make more money. Now, you ain't got to ask mummy for her phone. You ain't got to ask me for my password on my tablet to get into my tablet. You got your phone, you can go put some stuff up. She's loving it now. She's setting herself some goals. I got her an iPhone 15 Pro Max. max. I thought, you know what? Fair enough, right? You didn't do the 200, but I'm going to reward you for trying. But here's the other thing. Every month, darling, you have got to pay me the phone bill. This is how much it's going to be. Every month, you've got to sell some stuff. Now she's already stockpiling her money because she knows that there's a bill coming. See, I'm teaching him being responsible about money. She's got responsibility. My son has too. He wants someone else. I said, look, go earn your money. I ain't doing it for you. I'll help you. I'll support you. I'll tell you what to do. What's the point of me being a mentor to like so many people out there, helping them earn money if I can't teach my kids this? But here's the thing. My kids are young now. And my son, I want him to be successful. I want you to look at your kids and ask yourself a question. What have I been teaching my kids about money? What have I been talking about around money? If money's so bad, why do like religious organizations, churches, temples, and everybody else want money donations? Why do they, when you go to make a donation, if money's so bad, why don't they say, no, hey, we don't accept donations because money's bad? Because they know that they can't keep their lights on without money. You can't put food in your fridge without money. You can't put fuel in the car without money. You can't buy nice clothes. You can't do that. It's not all about money. No, it's not all about money, but most of it is about money. Let's face that. Let's today understand that most of the things that you have in your life come as a way of making an exchange with this for a product or service. You got a medical bill. We're kind of fortunate in the UK, we got the NHS. But you go to the States and other places, right? You have to trade your money for service. If you ain't got money, and I don't know how it works, but you break your leg, you got to go to the hospital, they're going to give you a bill. You ain't got money, you're f***ed. Look at homeless people out there. Do you think money's not important to them? Do you think that a quality of life is going to be much better with no money? Your quality of life will be crap without no money. So it's everybody's duty to understand, hey, listen, money is not a bad thing. We've been suppressed over generations, like going back to the beginning of time. Where did that idea even come from to not want us to pursue money? I think it's kind of sad, really. I really do. You think about money, it allows you to start a business. It allows you to buy a bigger home, a nicer home. It allows you to put clothes on your children's back. It allows you to like have hot water so they can have a bath in. Can you imagine living in today's day and age when you can't even take a hot shower because the bills? You've got a limited amount of food and you can't, it's got to go around the whole family. Food banks, right? Look at how many food banks there are around the world. Most people rely on someone else's financial input to sustain their lifestyle. Now, I talk about money a lot. So people might think, well, you know what? You're just into money. That's all you talk about. I don't just talk about money. I talk about service. I talk about helping people. And the fact of the matter is that we need this stuff here, right? For us to do more good. Wealthiest people get a lot of stick. Elon Musk and all these people are fucking evil and blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. These wealthiest people are the biggest givers in the world. Now, I'm going to do something special for my hometown. So if you're a resident of Bedford, that's my hometown where I was born, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. There's been an article released about me in the Metro. You're going to go check it out. We're going to try to post a link if we can around this video somewhere. You know, I want to educate people about money. I've always been fascinated by money, like wealthy people and the good they can do. When I was broke, I always said to myself, you know what? I want to become a millionaire and I want to help people. Here's the thing, even though I was broke, I remember going to Winter Wonderland in London, Christmas time. And I see this dude there. We just finished, right? We got my kids some food. We had a nice time. These people are there begging and stuff, right? I was broke. This is going back about 7 or 8 years ago. I had no money. I pulled out $20 out of my pocket. I gave it to the guy. And my missus said, well, why are you giving it to him for? I said, well, because he's homeless. He goes, you don't know what he's going to do with it. I said, it's none of my business what he's going to do with it, but I'm going to give it. So I gave it. And guess what? The next day I played a little scratch card. I'm not a gambler. I don't think I'm a gambler. I just did a little scratch card, £2, I won 50 quid back. I go, look, I put the money out there and it returned back to me. It circulates to me. Money circulates. I put a post out on my Insta the other day. I said, look, if you're a millionaire or a multi-millionaire and you're not using this money to help people, right? You're not doing what this money was meant to do. You might as well be fucking broke. And this is a message for you. If you're out there and you've got stacks of money in your bank, you're not going to take it with you. We use this money whilst we're here, whilst we're on this planet Earth. Once we've gone, this money that we have is going to belong to someone else. Why not share some of it while you're alive? I'm not telling you to give away your wealth, but why not just make a difference to someone that needs your help? I drive down roads and stuff, and I'm thinking like, I don't know which one of these doors, right? Behind these doors are hungry children. Are parents that they can't eat because they want their kids to eat. I don't know if the parents going hungry because if they eat, the kids can't. Even in the UK, this is happening. This is a real pandemic. You know, we talk about COVID, that's a pandemic, but we've had a pandemic going on for generations and years. If we don't do something about this pandemic now, guess what? We're doomed. Let me just be straight out with you. Make money, help people, serve people, render service. Be kind with your money, be generous, be sensible, be responsible with your money. People get slated for like driving nice cars. Listen, I've got 2 lovely cars right now on the way to purchase my 3rd. Every time I see a kid, in fact, this morning I see a kid, I couldn't pull up, but I see them with their parents looking at the car, it's really nice. Now, if I can, I normally pull up and I'll say to the parents, I said, all right, how you doing? Yeah, my son really likes your car. My daughter really likes your car. Would they like to have a sit inside it? And they're like, would you like to sit inside it? And the kid goes, and I let the kid sit in the car. And I'll say to mummy, the daddy, take a picture. I do this so many times. I said, take a picture, get them to enjoy it. And I always tell the kid, I said, you know what, you can have this car if you want when you're older. You can have many cars, but you got to work hard and you got to be sensible. Okay. So it's possible for you. I just plant a little seed in them. The parents really appreciate it. And I'm teaching the parents something as well. Like not wealthy people are all scum. If you went up to someone who's got a nice car and you ask them a question, hey, do you just mind giving me some advice? Like, look, I want to be successful. How can I do this? And can you give me some, I guarantee you that 9 times out of 10, they'll give you some advice. Maybe it's the wrong advice. It might tell you to work crazy hard, make sacrifices, work fucking 24 hours a day, grind away, miss family time. That's the wrong way, right? There's 2 ways of making money, and I'll teach the other way. I'm very open with people. I mentor people around money. I show them how to actually earn money. If you look at some of my case studies on YouTube, go over to YouTube and see some of the people that I've helped go on from earning like $4,000 or $5,000 to $100,000 a month within a matter of weeks and months. Now, there's exact laws that govern the accumulation of wealth. This universe works in a very precise way. Just like we have the force of gravity, it's a law of gravity, gravitation. There's exact laws that govern the accumulation of wealth. Andrew Carnegie was one of the richest people that ever lived. He was thought to be the first billionaire. He went from Scotland being a poor boy, and he went to become the wealthiest person in the world. He spent the first half of his life making this money, right? Stupid amounts of wealth, like 500 billion net worth he would have been today. So first half, yeah, he spent making this amazing amounts of money. Second half of his life, he spent giving it away. And one thing he said, that if I go to my deathbed knowing the secrets of how to make lots of this, and I take it to my grave, and I don't share this with other people, I've committed a sin. And he said, I don't want to commit a sin. So he was the first person that actually started to educate people about this. There are so many good people out there, that you can learn from. So find yourself someone who can help you. But firstly, first steps first, get used to money. See that money is a godly idea. It's a universal idea. It's our duty to like understand how this stuff works so we can provide good for our families and other people. We can all make a difference. We don't just rely on the governments and the world, the world leaders to change this, to eliminate poverty, because it ain't happening, because it's a system. It's been designed that way. It's up to people like you and myself just to make a difference to the person next door, and then they'll do the same. Imagine one person's impact. I help one person here, and that person pays it forward and does it again and again. Imagine the impact, the ripple effect that we can have to like the world. Imagine just in one town. I believe that poverty can be eradicated with the right education. Just go help one person. I truly love helping people with money. I love just sharing my wealth with people. Why not? I'm not going to take it with me. I've got enough. My mentor, Bob Proctor, he used to say something like, I'll make just enough to do what I need to do and I'll give the rest away. I thought, what a great idea. And yet people hate on people for having nice cars. I have people talk about me. He's driving all these nice cars, must be dodgy. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about what anybody else thinks. My mission is to help and serve people. Now, that's what I'm here for. Money's good. You can enjoy it along the way. People have such a big, tough time actually enjoying their wealth. I know so many wealthy people that don't really drive a nice car, don't live in a nice house. I get it. Not everybody's into that, but their standard of life is you might as well be poor. How many people out there have died and they've gone into the house, right, and they've found like stacks of money underneath the floorboards? Don't be one of them. Make money, enjoy your money. If you want to go out for nice dinners, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to buy designer clothes, nothing wrong with that. In fact, I see some videos on TikTok or whatever, on Insta, people saying, you know what? Wealthy people dress normal. Only poor people put labels on themselves. Listen, I ain't poor. Cristiano Ronaldo ain't poor. Why has he got labels on? If you enjoy wearing labeled goods or designer goods, that's up to you. Then no one can tell you that. Right? It's your business. You can do what you want. You shouldn't judge anybody because of the way they're dressed. You could have someone who's a billionaire that dresses nice, right? Nice clothes, Tom Ford, this and that. Then you can have someone who does that sometimes, but sometimes will go out on a torn t-shirt. I do that, right? So don't judge people like that. Let people live their life. You live your life and let others live theirs. So go create some wealth for yourself. Teach your kids about money. Get them to be self-sufficient. Money's good, right? The lack of money is a root of all evil. Having no money. What do people do when they've got no money? They'll rob a bank. They'll rob an old granny across the road. They'll break into someone's house. Now, if they had money, would they do that? No. So you think about the lack of money, what that causes worldwide, the problems that it causes, the crime related to money, because everybody wants money. But if money's that important, why do they want money? Why do we want money? Get used to the idea. Money's good. Right? Make money your friend. My good friend had a t-shirt that says, make money, not friends. Right? Be generous with your money. Don't hoard it, because money isn't there for hoarding. Share it. Share your blessings, share your abundance, and more will come to you. Every time you go pay a bill, no matter who it's to, whether you're paying it online or digitally, right, or cash, whenever you're letting money go, never ever let the money go with a lack mindset. I believe I've got to pay this dinner. Let it go with love, right? Say, you know what, I'm sending you out with blessing. Every person that you touch, I hope you bless them, and I hope this money brings them joy and prosperity. Okay. Hope this like gives them abundance. I'll tell you a story once. I was in the bank. I was about to buy something from somebody in Ireland. I knew this person was like really struggling with money. He had 6 kids and I was broke at the time. I had to buy something from him, some marketing products, and he had them. There wasn't many about. This was going to cost me $600 and I was broke. I was in debt, working with a bad mentor, giving me some bad advice. That's another story. So I remember going to the bank, going to pay this money in, right? Cash. This is going back about 10 years ago. And I remember waiting for my turn with the cashier and I'm about to let go of this money. I thought, you know what? I'm not ready to let it go right now. So what I started to do, I don't know what caused me to do this. I start to just hold the money in my hands. And I started to kind of like say to myself, affirm to myself in my mind, didn't verbalize it. This is what was going on in my mind. You know what? This money, wherever you're going, I hope you serve this family well. I hope these kids get fed and there's food in their fridge because this money's coming to them. I hope this money brings that family joy and health and abundance, gives their parents like a good night's sleep and it just takes the pain out of their hearts. Give this to them with good heart. I let this go. And I wasn't ready to let it go and I kept on doing it. And so I let the people behind me go, you go, you go, you go. And when I was finally ready to let this go, it's like I kind of put like a blessing on this money. It's like I sent it out with such a good vibe, with such an open heart, abundance, with such a good feeling that I was making a difference. And I just prayed that this money would make a difference to that family. It would have made a lot of difference to my family. Don't get me wrong, right? We could have done it with it as well, but I let it go. I walked out the bank within about 4 or 5 minutes. I had this business. I hadn't sold any products on this website that I had, right? These products within about, I think it's about 4 or 6 minutes or 7 minutes, whatever it was. I walked out the bank. Next minute, my phone went bing at this weird sound. It's like a notification from the site where I was selling from, my website. I see an order come through. I think it's from Four Seasons Hotel. I think it was in Egypt or Dubai. Egypt, I believe it was. Four Seasons, I'm sure it was. The order just came through for these products, £640 worth within the space of 6 or 7 minutes of me letting that money go. So does money circulate? Yeah. I let that money go with abundant mindset. I knew, I trusted it. I had faith, right? I didn't leave it with like a lack mindset. All of a sudden, bang, straight away. I'm like, you know what? This works. And that was that. Right. So this money works. So whenever you go to pay a bill, give it out with abundance. Say to yourself, I know this money's going to return back to me multiplied instantaneously in huge quantities over and over again. And you watch what starts to happen. Right. Never pay a bill with regret, with remorse, right? Pay it out with abundance, love, and gratitude. So this is that for today, right? So remember, money is your friend. The lack of money is a root of all evil.